guys, what's going on? It's Mr. Brown here, and welcome to my first ever 100% playthrough of the very first Final Fantasy game. I'm a big Final Fantasy guy. I enjoy most of the later games in the series, like Final Fantasy 7. I played number 9, 10, 15 is really good. I played some of 16. I didn't get all the way through it, but I decided, why not start over at the very beginning with Final Fantasy, the first one, from all the way back in 1980 something. I'm not for sure on the exact release date, but I'm going to be 100%ing this game on the PlayStation 5 with the trophy system. And I plan on doing that with all the Final Fantasy games that are on the PlayStation, which I believe is a majority of them. I'm pretty sure all of them are on there. I'd have to do some double checking, but I know at least the first 7, 8, 9 are on there. 10 are even on here. So that is the plan for now. This is going to be a long-going series I have planned for the channel. So hopefully you guys buckle in and stay with me for the ride. I have played some of them before, but I haven't 100% in any of them before. So it's going to be quite the long journey. So I hope you guys are ready to buckle in. So obviously we're starting with Final Fantasy 1. And this game, I played this game on the Game Boy Advance way back when I was a little boy. And it was quite the experience back then. I don't know if I ever got all the way through it because I didn't quite understand it as a little boy, but now I'm a grown man and I think I could get through the game now. So some of the trophies we're going to be going after, well, all of them of course, but some of the main ones is we're going to be getting max level with the entire party, killing hundreds of monsters in the game, collecting tens of thousands of gil, and of course, one of the harder ones by completing the Excalibur side quest to get that legendary sword from King Arthur himself. We're not going to be getting it from King Arthur, but it's his sword, if you guys know the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Obviously, we got 4 characters here. We got a warrior, a white mage, a black mage, and a thief, all with different names. There's no canon names, I believe, so I'm pretty sure we can just go through and name it whatever we like, but I'll just go ahead and we'll just skip to the beginning of the game and I'll just go ahead and name all these. I'm not very good with names, so we'll just go ahead and skip this part and I'll see you guys in the first intro scene. World lies shrouded in darkness. The wind dies. The seas rage. The earth decays. But the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. After a long journey, 4 young travelers did at last appear. And in the hand of each was clutched a crystal. Apologies. Alright, so we are now in the game. I didn't name the party, so I'm gonna go through the names here. I got Ronan as our warrior, Chad as our thief, Tara as our white mage, and Rex as our black mage. I think Tara is the name of another character later on in the series, but I couldn't really think of a name off the top of my head, so we just went ahead and went with Tara. So yeah, you have a list here of the objective or bestiary entries that we need to get right off the hand, and in each video I'm gonna have each video I have each video laid out here on this. I have each video laid out here on this list, so we're gonna go ahead so we don't miss anything, because I don't want to do very much backtracking. But yeah, this is the very first Final Fantasy game in the series. I haven't played this in so many years, but I'm very excited to get ahead. Let's just go ahead and get started. So with the Pixel Remastered version, there, as you can tell in the top right hand corner, there is a map that was not in the original. I know there's about, there we go. There's is how we see the map, and we could see all of them. We're at Castle Cornelia right now. It tells me there's 6 chests in this area, which is good because we do need to get all the chests. And I know with the Pixel Remasters, as you can tell, there are cheats enabled, so I can turn off and on the encounters, or I can default it to run. I may do that in some cases. I don't think I'll ever turn off the encounters, but I may default the speed to run, just so it doesn't take as long, because as you can tell, we walk very slow. But with the run, we're actually quite quicker. But I may just save that if we're like traversing the world or getting through. And yeah, I will do my best to read out the dialogue here. If I do butcher some words, please don't make fun of me. I can't read very well. It's just the way it is. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. The king is searching for the prophesized warriors of light. Those crystals, you must see the king at once. Welcome, travelers. I am told you carry crystals. Is this true? It is just like Lucan's prophecy foretold. When darkness veils the world, four warriors of light shall come. Your Majesty, we cannot be certain that these are the warriors foretold by the prophecy. Yet they stand before us with the crystals. I cannot dismiss this as mere coincidence. Crystal bearers, there's a task I would ask of you. Will you rescue my daughter, Sarah? Garland, a knight once in His Majesty's service, has abducted Princess Sarah. I ask for your aid in the name of His Majesty, the King of Cornelia. Garland has taken refuge in the Chaos Shrine, which lies to our north. Of course, we did attempt to save the princess ourselves, but Garland is the finest swordsman in the kingdom. We have none who can match him. I have heard that you wish to journey to the continent to our north. The bridge leads north was lost long ago, making passage impossible. If you can rescue Sarah, I will have the bridge rebuilt as a token of my gratitude. Go now, warriors of light, and do not fail me. Alright, so it sounds like we got our first objective, which is to save Princess Sarah, but I'm gonna do some looking around here because I imagine there's some sneaky chests in some of these rooms down here. I'm not gonna talk to every NPC, just the ones I feel like are necessary, just to be talked to, and if they're not necessary as I'm reading the dialogue, I'll just go ahead and skip them. And as I'm doing some searching here, I will probably end up cutting out a lot of the searching that I do in the towns until I find the chest, because I want this series to be kind of like a guide for you guys as well. If you guys are playing these games for the first time and want 100% along with me, you will be able to follow along, and hopefully I'll be able to help you out in our quest here. Looks like we do have 500 gil. We could probably stop at the shops here. Is this considered the same town here? Let me check. So okay, Castle Cornelia, and Cornelia have 2 different things, but there are no chests in this town, which is great. Let's go ahead and go to the weapon shop first off. And there were different classes. We could have been a monk or a red mage as well, but I know that these 4 classes are probably the best that we could have as of right now. So I'm not showing any descriptions here. All right, it's gonna take me some getting used to get back in the swing of things, but for 8 gil, it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get 2 staves. I don't know what they have. They might already have all this stuff. Maybe that's what the check mark means, that they already have the staves. I'm assuming that's what it means. So I probably just bought those staves unintentionally. We can go ahead and just check here. We're gonna just optimize just because it's a little bit quicker. I didn't buy 2 rapiers. It's fine. Did we buy a knife? I think we did buy a knife. A staff and a staff, which is fine. Let's look at the armor here. And I may skip out some of these as well, so I'm not boring you guys with the searching around and buying things. I'll just update you guys after I do so. But I felt like for this first episode, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys kind of what the thought process is here. It looks like they don't have any armor. Thought process is here, and just show you guys kind of what I'm thinking, what we're doing. Obviously, this is the white mage shop, so only Artera could use the white mage stuff. So it looks like we only buy 3 per, I think it's 3 per town or 3 per level. So undead enemies is good. So Kyr's obviously a must. Dia, I heard, is really good. Caster's evasion. I think those are the only things that we're really gonna need for her. Let's go over here and get some more stuff for Rex here. Fire's probably pretty good. Our main damage dealers here, probably fire and thunder. Sleep's probably not gonna be too great. Lowers one's enemy's evasion, probably not too great either. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and leave the town now that we've got everything. I'm sure we'll be coming back here many times throughout our journey. But first, before we head up to the shrine, there are a few bestiary entries that I want to hopefully get and get our first battle going here. Looks like we cannot use the speed up run out in the overworld, which is fine. But we can turn off the encounters, which I think I might have had them off. So now that they're on, we should hopefully get into a battle here, and I can kind of go through the battle system. Here we go. So this will be our first bestiary entry, which is the Goblin. And we'll just kind of go through with attacks. They shouldn't be too hard to take down. We shouldn't take too much damage. Here. I'll go ahead and mark the Goblin off of our list. And how the bestiary works is that we have to defeat the enemies in order to get the bestiary entries done. See, I'm gonna walk around here and get these entries, and I'll have the video back on every time we fight a new enemy, so stay tuned. All right, we got our next bestiary entry, which is the wolf. We are still on the overworld area for now. And I actually didn't have this guy on our list for the overworld. I had him for inside the shrine. That is fine, we'll still mark him off. I kind of made my way up towards the cave up here, so this is the objective, is all the way up here, up north to, this is the Chaos Shrine. So I'm gonna walk around here and hopefully get some of these other bestiary entries kicked off here. And speaking of that, this is the next one, which is the Crazy Horse. I remember when I was littler, back in the day, I felt like these guys gave me some trouble because they did that double hit, and they do a lot more damage than a lot of the other ones. Yeah, that guy's doing 15 damage, which is a lot for our party at the moment. And they're not going down very easy, so this might not be a good battle here for us. So we may have to pull out some magic here. Unfortunately, we only do damage to one enemy with that, so hopefully this one horse is down. And if we do happen to unalive our whole party and get a game over, I will have a game over meter somewhere on the screen, probably underneath my face cam, on how many deaths that we have taken throughout the series, just to keep it fun, just so you guys kind of know. And I'm not sure if this is the game that once you use magic items, if it upgrades them or not. I don't think so. I think we have to purchase them. But our fire magic's doing quite a bit of damage here. And we got to keep Chad up here. He seems to be taking those double hits. That's a lot of damage, 18. Oh, and there's also a auto battle feature in this pixel remaster, to where I can just hit a button, it'll automatically copy the attack that I did last. Obviously the cure didn't go on Chad because he's already at full health, so I believe it picks the next party member that's low on health. So as you can see, we are level 3 now. So those crazy horses are pretty bad. But we did get some good levels there. So I'm gonna go ahead and walk around. There is still 2 other enemies I kind of want to find before we head into the shrine. So here is another enemy here, the Goblin Guard. I actually had this Goblin Guard set for inside the shrine as well, but we found him on the outside, which is fine. Looks like we are out of MP. Assuming that's what's going on here. We only got 4. We may have to head back to the end before we go into the shrine, just to get him top back off. These guys don't seem to be as big of a problem as the Crazy Horse. They should go down here in the next hit or 2, and that's another one marked off. So let's go look for some more. Alright, I said to forget it with the other bestiary entries. They're pretty common enemies. I am sure that we will find them later on in the game. I'm not too worried about them. So we are in the Chaos Shrine now, and here's one of the enemies I was looking for on the outside, which is the Black Widow spider here. We've leveled up quite a bit from being out there. I ran around for a few minutes later. Didn't get quite high level. I think we're, what is it, level 8, level 4, level 4. So we're not like too terribly high level. So here's our first chest. We got a leather cap, which might be good for one of our characters here. Looks like Ronan can use that. So let's check out the map here. So there are 13 chests in the Chaos Shrine. I don't have them marked down on my cheat sheet here, but we will be sure to run around to each room and look, because we have the Wolf. He is an enemy that we haven't seen yet, which I believe is this purple, not purple, it's blue, purple? The bluish looking wolf in the front there. That was purple. He is our next entry that we need, and I do have him on the list here. And it seems like he's quite a bit tougher than the other guys here. We're taking a lot of damage here. I should have probably bought some potions while I was in the town, but that's okay. I think we can make it through it without it. Does they get full health once they level up? They do not. Okay, I didn't know if that was a thing in this game or not. So here's 2 more chests. There's a potion and a tent. A tent is used for sleeping outside, I believe. Partially restores party's HP and MP, can only be used in the field, so that's to be used in the overworld. All right, onto this right side. There's rooms over here. And we ran into our next entry that we need, which is a ghoul. A ghoul? Ghoul is how you pronounce it. So we're going to defend here because I want to show you guys. Dia here, it deals damage to undead enemies. Since a ghoul is an undead enemy, this should do a lot of damage. It should kill, I believe. Look at that, 52, and it's plenty enough to deal damage. So I'm going to be trying to remember that as we're going through the game. Because I will fight things like zombies and other undead enemies that I could just use Dia on them to get a lot of damage shortly. So it looks like we need a mystic key to open this door. So we're going to have to search around for that. This is another bestiary entry that I was looking for on the outside, which is a skeleton. Pretty basic. I feel like we'll probably be able to get them down within 1 shot. We're gonna have to use Cure on Rex here, or a potion. But as we're heading down again, there looks like there is another room here, and we ran into some zombies here. So we're gonna attack the first guy here, and we'll use Dia. Oh, it works on both. Okay, I did not know it worked on both. How much? This says 50. Let's go ahead and use that. I don't think he probably won't get it off before they die. Hopefully he doesn't use it. But we got the zombie. Mark that one off the list here. And we're making great progress here. Let me go ahead and use that potion on him. Just for now. I was tempted to go ahead and use the tent. So it looks like we need a key for that one too. Is there any other... I don't think there's any more rooms in this main area. I think it was just the ones on the side, which you can tell. There are chest icons, so we can actually see inside the rooms on the map. So there's gonna be 2 chests in that one and a chest in that one, and it shows that these ones are open here. So that is very helpful for knowing. So I imagine there's some more depth to this dungeon that we'll have to wait and see where we go from here. So let's go ahead and talk to Garland to get Princess Sarah back. The king will have no choice but to exchange the kingdom for his daughter's life. Cornelia will be mine. Who's there? Huh? King's lapdogs. Do you have any idea who you're messing with? Really think you have what it takes to cross swords with me? Very well. I, Garland, will knock you all down. Alright, this is the first boss battle of the series, which is going to be against a Garland. I don't believe he's too hard. So we're going to go ahead and use the magic and our abilities here. We're not doing a ton of damage, but I don't know exactly how much health he has, but I don't think he does that much to us. And fire does some decent damage, which is alright. So we're going to try using thunder and see how much that does. So fire did, what, 32? Maybe thunder will do more. 23, that's a big hit. 45, alright. Looks like thunder is the one. So we're going to put this on auto battle, and just like that, we're done. So we'll mark Garland off the list. All at that, and then we can help Princess Sarah here. you've come to rescue me. I am Sarah, Princess of Cornelia. Words cannot never be enough to thank you. That's the first time anyone's ever defeated Garland. You must allow me to show my gratitude. Please accompany me to Castle Cornelia. We just got teleported right straight back. Thank you for returning my daughter to my side. There can be no doubt that you are the warriors of light from Luca's prophecy. You should hear the prophecy in its entirety, if I may. When the darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come. If they cannot gather the shards of light, the darkness will consume all. The 4 crystals will never shine again. Now I hear that a crystal can be found on the continent to our north. Restoring light to the crystal is our only hope of ridding the world of monsters which plague it. I have the bridge to the north rebuilt as promised. I pray that you succeed in restoring light to the 4 crystals and to the world. Alright, so we pretty much got our objective for the entire game. We're going to be restoring the light to all of the crystals. I'm assuming all 4 crystals that each character has. So yeah, that will be good. Doing that. Wait a moment. This loot has been entrusted to the princesses of Cornelia for many generations. When he abducted me, Garland took this loot as well. I want you to have it. It may aid you on your journey. Alright, so we got the loot. Not even sure what that is, I guess. What does it have a description? The items. It's an instrument of great beauty. Okay. Alright, now we can go ahead and leave. But I bet most of the chests are in these rooms here. Yeah, which of course they're locked by the mystic key. I'm pretty sure there's some pretty decent loot in there for later on in the game, so we are obviously be coming back here. We're gonna get a little cutscene here. Orders from His Majesty. We're to do our part to fulfill Luca's prophecy. What does this bridge have to do with the prophecy? The 4 warriors of light are here. They're here in Cornelia. That's us. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and travel now. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the shrine because there were a few bestiary entries that we missed, and I kind of want to run through there and hopefully grab them before we continue on. A werewolf was one of them. So this green wolf looking guy, which is a werewolf, was one of the bestiary entries that we were missing. I'm really trying to stay on top of the bestiary because I know that once the later game hits, it'll be more annoying to run back to these areas and get through them because since we'll be so higher level. All right, so I finally found it. I've been running around this place for like a good 5 to 10 minutes here. So this is the last bestiary entry that we need in the Chaos Shrine, which is the Gigas Worm. I don't believe it's that difficult. We've been actually leveling up quite a bit here, so I don't think it'll be that hard to take down. But yeah, this is the last one I've been looking for, and it was pretty easy to take down. So now if we go into our settings here and go to config and go down to bestiary, we should have 1 through 12 done with Garland. And now we will go ahead and continue on with the story and go across that bridge that they rebuilt for us. Oh wow, this looks really good in the fixed remaster. We can play with the classic settings, so if you guys want to play with the classic settings, let me know down in the comments below and I can turn on the classic settings and the classic like wording. And so their quest begins. As the 4 warriors of light, they felt overwhelmed by the great task destiny had placed before them. They did not even know their true significance of the 4 crystals they held in their hands. The crystals that once, long ago, held a light that shone so brightly. The time for their journey had come. The time to cast off the veil of darkness and bring the world once more into light. apparently we can't skip it, so we're gonna have to sit here. So we're heading up north, even further now, and we are going to head into the next place. Here's the Giga Swarm again. It looks like I could have waited on that, but that's okay. So we should be coming near another town here. In the few battles I've been running around here looking for that next beast entry, we accidentally lost Rex. I was just playing auto battle and I wasn't paying attention, but I did go into Cornelia and buy some potions before we went much further. But I didn't buy any Phoenix Down, so we're gonna kind of just ride with Rex being gone for the time being. And we'll use up these potions until we can make it to the end and get him back. But I'm still gonna look for that Beast Ray entry. Hopefully we can find it here soon so we can get Rex back in the game, leveling up some more. So I'm gonna run around a bit longer and see if I can hopefully track this guy down. Literally in the next battle, I found him. So we got 2 Giga Swarms here, and then the Ogre is the guy I was looking for. Hopefully this doesn't prove to be too much of a challenge for our 3 party here. Which I don't believe it is, because our Ronin is a warrior and he's dealing some good damage here. So let's go ahead and auto battle again, but this time I will pay attention in case someone gets a low health. I'll take it off and battle. And I think the Ogre has a little bit more health than most of the enemies we fought, and it does some decent damage. But it shouldn't be too long, hopefully. There we go. All right. So now we can mark the Ogre off the list and continue on to the next town. But we're gonna go through this cave first, so that's what we're gonna do. Matoya Caves. I don't know if this is where we need to be or not, but it looks like so. Oh, ouch. My eye, my eye. Ouch. I can't see a blasted thing without my crystal eye. Who could have stolen it from me? I believe the crystal eye was what we seen in the shrine that Garland had. And I don't know if there's anything in these pots or not, but my inner Legend of Zelda teaches me to always check the pots. So it looks like we got all 3 chests in Matoya's cave. And now we could head on down to the town here and head into this town. It should be Provoca. Yeah, there we go. We found Provoca here. This is the next town. So we're gonna go straight to the inn and get our boy Rex taken care of. Okay, now that Rex is still not back to the land of the living, that means we have to go on down here to the item shop and buy a Phoenix Down. 500 gil, that's a lot. We may come back to those. We'll come back to those. I guess while we're over here, might as well go look at the black magic shop and the weapon shop here, just because we're here. Blizzard is a yes, absolutely. Binds our enemies with darkness, raises one ally's attack, reduces enemies' number of attack. That could be good. But I think Blizzard is all that we really need here. Gotta make sure not to go under 500 gil. Just look at a broadsword, a battle axe, and a skibner. Skibter. Looks like the broadsword is better. The axe is even better, apparently. 450 gil though, that's a lot. We already got a hammer on here, so we'll go ahead and purchase these 2. Then we'll go get our boy Rex back up and going. Alright, that was a nice little upgrade. So let's go ahead and talk to our pirate friends here. Ye got cannonballs of steel to be talking, or to taking on the great pirate bike. Ki-hi, yim boys. Aye aye, Captain. We'll make their bonus or crutch. Go crutch. Bones go crutch. I said bonus. See, I just can't read. Alright, so this is another bestiary entry here, which is the pirates, and we are missing one, but that's fine. I will find him later on. So let's go ahead, and I don't think these guys are too good. We'll go ahead and try our new Blizzard spell and see if it's any good. Yeah, we just one-shot him. We'll be fine. I think we're a little over leveled, and we just got some better weapons, so we should be all right. The battle axe is doing some good damage. The skipper is doing some good damage. I believe Blizzard's probably gonna do some good damage here, and they're only doing 1 HP, so I'm not really too worried. Blizzard's doing 58. We're doing good. We'll just go ahead and auto battle this and just kind of watch it play out. This honestly is a really nice feature for the Pitch Remastered, instead of having to mash the X button for this, so that's good. 72, 83. Holy crap! I feel like we're already getting up there, even though I know in like 4 episodes from now we're gonna be doing hundreds of damage, but that's fine. We're almost level 10 already. Pirates are down. I be must sorry, young masters. I'll be making no more fuss, I swear. I want you to take me ship for your troubles. Can you find it in your heart to forgive an old pirate? We got the ship, which was the big objective for this episode, was getting the ship and defeating Garland. So let's go ahead and go outside and test out our new ship. Here's our ship here, and we're going to go ahead and there is a mini game with the ship for a trophy here, and I gotta figure out how to get it activated here. There we go. So we got play 15 puzzle here, so I think we just gotta get these in order. So this is a fun little thing here. I'm sure it's not that difficult. Uh-oh. As I say that, it's not that difficult, even though now I'm struggling. Here we go. Down, over, up, over, down. Well, this isn't good. I give up. I'm not smart enough. I am not smart enough to do that. But that should have been our first trophy done, which is good. So we should have gotten the Hidden Games trophy. So that is where we are going to end off this first episode. I hope you guys did enjoy this first episode, and I had a lot of fun. We did miss one bestiary entry. I may run around here and get him. It is just a lizard, so it may take forever to find. But I may just run around here before the next video and capture that guy, so that way we're all the way caught up for the next episode. Let me know down below what you guys thought. If you guys are enjoying or enjoyed this first episode, please let me know. And if you guys are following along, please let me know how your guys' first time playing the game was, or if this is your first time or second time or 100th time. Let me know down below in the comments below. Thanks everyone so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.